Basic Appraisal Principles, page 85 through 88. Unit 11, Real Property Concepts and Characteristics. Chapter 4, Basic Real Property Concepts. Chapter 5, Real Property Characteristics. Chapter 6, Legal Description. Learning Objectives. When you have finished reading the chapters in Unit 2, you should be able to identify how land, improvements, and rights relate to real estate. Recognize the difference between personal property and real property, and demonstrate 3 methods to identify the boundaries of property. That one. Chapter 4, Basic Real Property Concepts. Understanding what is included in real estate versus real property is a basic principle of appraising. Mistakes in evaluation can occur if appraisers only consider the real estate, when in fact they should be considering the real property. This chapter breaks down the components of both of these terms to make it clear to the appraiser what is actually included in real estate versus real property. Real estate or real property. Is there really a difference between the terms real estate and real property? When you look at the words, the difference appears subtle or even interchangeable. In some states, these terms are synonymous. However, other states and USPAP have distinct meanings for these terms as follows. Real estate. An identified parcel or trace of land, including improvements, if any, 2010 through 2011, USPAP definitions. Real estate. The physical land and structures affixed to it, common definition used in the profession. The everything, ownership, rights. Real property. The interests, benefits, and rights inherent in the ownership of real estate. Comment. In some jurisdictions, the terms real estate and real property have the same legal meaning. The separate definitions recognize the traditional distinction between the two concepts in appraisal theory. 2010-2011 USPAP definitions. Real property includes land plus appurtenances that benefit the land, rights, improvements, privileges, and fixtures. Common definition used in the profession. It's apparent that the two terms have different meanings, which are significant in terms of appraising the value of real estate versus the value of real property. To appraise real estate, the appraiser looks only at the value of the land and the improvements. When appraising real property, the appraiser considers the value of the land, the improvements, and the ownership, rights, privileges, and fixtures associated with the real estate. The following breakdown of each component of real property offers a greater understanding of how each relates to appraising. Appurtenances. Items that have been affixed to a property and thus have become an inherent part of the property. Such items usually pass with the property when title is transferred, although they are not part of the property. For instance, easements, water rights, condominium parking stalls. Land. When discussing real property, we make the natural assumption that the land is included. This is a correct assumption, but land includes more than what the eye can see. Surface and subsurface rights. An owner of a parcel of land owns not only what exists at the surface, called surface rights, but has rights to everything that lies beneath the surface. For instance, minerals, called subsurface rights, and the air above the land, called air rights.